We're finding out a little bit more about Joe Biden's incoming cabinet and team, including the choice of chief of staff. Apparently it is going to be Ron Klain, who's someone who I did not remember much about him in his service in office, but learning a lot. And turns out a lot of people pretty happy with this choice, which we're gonna turn to. But first, here's a little bit of a statement from Joe Biden when this was announced, saying, Ron has been invaluable to me over the many years that we've worked together, including as we rescued the American economy from one of the worst downturns in our history in 2009, and later overcame a daunting public health emergency in 2014. His deep, varied experience and capacity to work with people all across the political spectrum is precisely what I need in a White House chief of staff as we confront this moment of crisis and bring our country together again. I don't necessarily like the whole focus again on working with people across the political spectrum, but Biden is Biden and he's gonna say stuff like that. So Klain has been a senior advisor to Democratic presidents, vice presidents, candidates, and senators. Served in the late 1980s as a top aide to Biden when he was chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and ran Biden's office when he first became vice president. So that's his attachment to Joe Biden. But in addition, he served as the chief of staff to the former vice president Al Gore and the staff director of the Senate Democratic Leadership Committee. He has worked with several Democratic presidential campaigns, including Biden's 1988 and 2008 presidential campaigns. He was also the lead Democratic lawyer for Gore during the 2000 presidential election recount. That didn't go well, but and man, is it crazy? Biden's been running for president for like decades. But anyway, did you have any thoughts about this choice of Ron Klain?
Well, I mean, I do have a choice. I mean, I do have something to say about the language that we keep hearing in terms of let's get back to the America that it used to be. Let's get back to the old school racism. I think we use that word and see that these people in terms of people in this country changing anytime soon, or at least not during this presidency.
Yeah, I don't like that language either. My hope is that it's Biden's rhetoric. Like that's the theme of his campaign, so he's gonna say stuff like that. We're gonna see if it's what he actually does, the choices he makes. At least in this one, it's looking okay. Really surprised to see some of the reactions. I'm gonna give you 3 reactions, and I have never seen these reactions line up before. So AOC tweeted, "Good news and an encouraging choice." Ilhan Omar tweeted, "Excellent choice, congratulations, Ron Klain. What a blessing to slowly be moving away from chaos." So AOC, Ilhan Omar both see this news positively. You know who else says? Hugh Hewitt, who says it's a terrific choice. He's been a serious student of the risk of pandemic for a long time. I've never seen AOC, Ilhan Omar, and Hugh Hewitt respond the same way to any bit of news ever. So that seems like a good sign.
That's how traumatized the country is. But I did see that Biden had made some plans to really seek out what was happening with the immigration in America, and I really salute that. But I do know that after saying that African Americans had his back, I would love to hear language about Black people in this country. We've heard about immigrants, we've heard about Indians, we've heard, and I'm Latina, a child of an immigrant. Also, I'm here for it. So I would like to know when we're gonna hear about what's gonna happen to improve the conditions of Black people in this country. The ones who showed out in droves to make sure that they won, and Kamala also, who, as a Black woman, called on Black women to show up, and they showed up in Atlanta, they showed up everywhere, all over the country. And I would like to know what the plans are for Black people in this country, and for brown people as well. I mean, the rhetoric is cool, but you said you would get to work. I want to hear it. And I think that, all of the choices, John, you know how I feel. If they're not progressive, for me, I just take them as much as I can and say, is this a step in the direction that we want to go in? Because at that point, that's what it is for us. But I don't celebrate establishment politicians because they're gonna restore something that initially was painful for my people anyway.
That's true. Yeah, and we'll have to see about those announcements. I mean, we've been tracking as the information's come out, like we had, they formed the coronavirus task force. We got a little bit of news about what they plan to do on climate today. In a little bit, we're gonna be talking about immigration, but we're gonna have to see because there's a lot of areas that need to be addressed very soon.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.